Hello, I'm Amari Jones and welcome to Caffeine TV, your daily video news brief, here to take you through 3 headline numbers in just 3 minutes, giving you a different take on everything from housing policy to the Real Housewives. Now, if you're freaking out about the fact that Christmas is 2 weeks from today, then you're not alone. But if you're going to a holiday party tonight or over the weekend, be sure to tell people about Caffeine TV. The first number up today is 4. That's the number of former living vice presidents, but only one was out yesterday defending torture. Yep, Dick Cheney took to Fox News to say that the Senate Intelligence Committee report on torture was, quote, crap, close quote, and to say that indeed they had cut the CIA loose in order to go after the people responsible for 9/11 and that we could no longer play, quote, nice anymore, close quote. Well, is it any wonder that people used to call Dick Cheney Darth Vader and to wonder whether or not he had a heart, even though he had a heart transplant? Apparently these charges used to make him really upset. It's really interesting how people can be real sensitive about their own feelings but insensitive about the torture of other people. But there was something interesting in what he said. He said that because we captured some of the people that planned 9/11, it was okay to rough them up a little bit, but the Senate Intelligence Committee report says that 1 out of 5 people in those interrogation sites was innocent, had nothing to do with terrorism, which actually makes what went on there not just, but evil. The next number up today is 32. Now that's the number of NFL owners who approved a new conduct policy yesterday, and after the year that the league has had, who could blame them? But incidentally, I'm with Chris Rock on this. I don't understand why the owners call themselves owners. It has a little bit too much of an antebellum ring to me, if you know what I mean. But Commissioner Roger Goodell says that the policy is tougher. It, as a matter of fact, takes away from him the right to investigate and assess discipline to players and puts that in the hands of a new special counsel for investigations and conduct. It clarifies and expands the list of conduct violations and applies to everyone, including players and owners and employees. Now, the Players Association is against it because they weren't consulted on it. But one of the things struck me about the new policy is that it allows for a new out for possible violations that involve violence. It says that it would consider, quote, possible aggravating and mitigating circumstances, close quote. And that got me to thinking about, well, what can be possibly aggravating and mitigating about rape or about child abuse? Now, if you get into a fight down at the club, then there are a lot of things about that could be mitigating and aggravating, but on these others, not so much. So it seems as if the new policy still has a little work to do. The next number up today is 87. Now that's the number of years that Time Magazine has awarded its Person of the Year. Now this year, it didn't go to an individual or to an organization, but rather a group of people, specifically the healthcare workers who are bravely on the front lines of the Ebola crisis in West Africa. Now, not only does Time cite the important work of essential Western organizations like Médecins Sans Frontières, but also focuses on that of nationals, the people who are driving ambulances and the nurses who are providing critical care in far-flung places without a lot of support and at great risk to themselves. And they spotlight the example of Fade Gullah, an ambulance driver in Liberia who saw a girl on the side of the road who was suffering from the disease, pulled over to embrace her and ended up catching the disease himself. Luckily, he survived. But sadly, their heroism and bravery won't end anytime soon, and it can't. That's because the UN released a report earlier this week, an update saying that Ebola has killed 6,000 people, that it's out of control in Sierra Leone and Guinea, and that in Liberia, its status is unknown. Well, it seems that given those statistics that the editors at Time made the right choice.